Water. Without enough of it, we die. With too much of it, we die. Its sounds can calm us or shake us to our very core. Its importance on this planet is quintessential to our very existence. This is What Will You Survive? Welcome to What Will You Survive, the greatest survival show, taking current events and relating them to survival situations. I'm your host, Michael Martin, and this is part 2 of our survival series. We're talking about water. So why? Why the hell does this even matter? Assume all water is contaminated with something, because chances are it is. Untreated water is either contaminated with bugs or chemicals, or both. So it's important you have your water game correct. We are made up of roughly 60% water in the average adult. So it's safe to say that the quantity and quality of the water that you intake is important. In fact, FEMA says you should have at least 3 days worth of supplies on hand. But how much is 3 days worth of water? Or better yet, 1 day? Well, the USGS says that the average person uses between 80 to 100 gallons of water per day. That would mean by FEMA guidelines, you'd have to have 300 gallons per person. Personally, I think FEMA's full of people should have 2 weeks to a month if you ask me, which would put you closer to around 3,000 gallons. This is all based on a system that's currently up and running, which means wasted water. You should plan on significantly reducing this by cutting out baths, washing machines, toilets.
Hey, get out of here!
Don't worry, we'll get to that. We can significantly reduce it down to around 15 gallons a day. This will provide you with enough water for drinking, cooking, hand washing, showers, using a camp shower, washing dishes, brushing your teeth, even a once-a-week opportunity to wash your clothes. Though this will be hand washing. Now, if you're still worried about the toilet thing I mentioned, the good news is you're going to get a lesson today on recycling. Each day you can use your dirty water, otherwise known as gray water, and use it to flush your toilets. If you have a septic system, you may want to use with caution. If your pump goes out, you may end up with a lot of poo in all of your drains. Same goes for anyone on a municipal system. If the grid goes down, it'll only work so long until the pipes back up. 15 gallons, however, is definitely doable. You could even go lower, but that's extremely desperate measures, and you'll be smelling extremely ripe. So by FEMA guidelines, that would be 45 gallons or 90 gallons for 2 people. Great news is you can purchase bladders on my website that fit in your tub and can hold up to 100 gallons, some more. So you and that special someone can sit fat and happy with your 3 days of water. The bathtub bladders even store in small boxes, so you can put them almost anywhere. In fact, most of the items do, so there's no excuses. Now, in the event you do procrastinate, remember not all water is equal. How you clean your water is just as important in how much you can store. I would argue more important. You need a means to filter water. There are a few ways you can purify your water in a time of crisis. The easiest way is by boiling it, either in a pot or a still. This kills the bacteria, but doesn't remove all the chemicals. Another way is through gravity-fed filters. These require no power and work extremely well, depending on the money you drop on one. For instance, a Brita type filter is great for your everyday home needs. Or you can spend a lot more money and filter a lot more from your water. You can also build a rudimentary gravity-fed filter, which I will have a video of in coming episodes. Last, you have reverse osmosis, which works great, but you need pressure to circulate the water, which means more often than not, You need a power source to function. However you decide to purify your water is up to you. But once you clean it, how do you store it to maintain its purity? When Hurricane Irma was approaching, I saw a lot of life hacks telling people what to do for alternate sources of storing their water. Many recommended filling up their sinks and tubs. I would advise against this tactic. Water needs to be stored in a sterile, concealed container. When you leave your water in a sink or tub, a few things happen. First, whatever is in your sink or tub prior to adding the water is now contaminating your water. And sure, you can bleach your sinks or tubs, but God forbid your drains back up and your water is constantly exposed to air. This means mold spores, bugs, and every damn thing else. So purchase water containers. You can find them on my website at www.whatwillyousurvive.com. Please, take this seriously. You don't survive too long without this, and Lord help you if your water gets contaminated. If you've spent any time south of the US of A and got a little ballsy drinking the water, you know what I mean. Montezuma's Revenge? Or as I personally like to call it, God, I hope this stops before we board the plane. I hope you've gained some info from this, and stay tuned next week when we discuss part 3 of our 4-part series, Fire. Thanks for watching, and remember, in the age of information, ignorance is a choice. We'll see you next time. I believe that's it.